What is up, everyone? We are back, and it is just a beautiful Labor Day weekend. The weather really worked out. We thought it was going to be super stormy. We got a hurricane smashing into Florida right now, which may result in it coming up north here in North Carolina. But um, yeah, it turned out to be really nice. So this week, I've been a little bit sick and I'm really on the downslope right now. But I got a call this week from our sponsor over there at Performance East, and they said, hey, we got the new XP Pro coming in this week. Hopefully, it'll be there or be here on Saturday. Why don't you come check it out? So that's kind of what we're at right now. That's what I'm thinking about doing, and you can probably hear me. I'm still a little bit stuffed up right now, but I was able to go for a run yesterday, which was really good. I felt pretty good doing it, so today I'm going to go for another one. But before that, I think it's time to go ahead and see if we can catch this XP Pro. Last night, it was on a truck over there on the West Virginia, North Carolina line, and hopefully when I get there around 12:30 or so, it should be there. It might still be in the box, but I don't know. Let's go ahead and just check it out and see what happens.
What is up, everyone? We're back.
Man, we're all here at Carolina Adventure World just hanging out. Thanks a lot for tuning in. All right, so I just came out. I just talked to Justin. He said the XP Pro is in the back. So let's go ahead and walk back there and let's check it out. Their lot's really cleared up today. I'm hoping they put in a big order because they've been selling a ton of units. So let me just flip this around. All right, man, these guys sell everything. Look at these slingshots. These are sick. And this boat right here. Look at this freaking boat, man. Look at this thing. This is insane. Look at how beautiful that looks up there. That center console is just gorgeous. Everything down to the trailer. Look at the wheels on this trailer, man. They look like the wheels that we have on our camper. But my goodness. How much y'all think a boat like this costs? A lot. All right, so here we are in the back. It looks like they just took a new delivery of items, a bunch of side-by-sides. I did see somebody forklifting a four-wheeler into the shop. There we go. So here is the new XP Pro. This is what it's going to look like when it comes to the dealer. Doesn't look like they're crating them, but I'm not sure. I didn't see the delivery truck bring it in, but here she is, all broken down. So it's going to come with the doors on. It's going to come with the wheel and tires on. It's going to be squatted down and strapped right here, as you can see. So it looks like they're going to have to put the cage together. Your rear fenders are going to have to be put on as well. The seats are in it. They're going to have to put all this stuff together right here. So these are like just your air intake, probably for the engine right here. Just going to come up through the side up in this area. And this thing is brand new, still in the plastic. Stickers all over the place, zip ties all over the place. But man, my first impressions are this thing is such a beast. It reminds me of the Turbo S. When I first saw that, I mean, that thing was just so much better built. I mean, the A arms are just gigantic. They're huge. Obviously, this one's brand new, so it's nice and pretty right now. But here, your belt air intakes right here. So, and this one This one they ordered this one up with the dynamics system, so I mean you can see that super huge reservoir. These shocks are gigantic, so super interesting to see how these things perform. I mean, obviously I've seen videos, but we really need to get behind the wheel of one of these. I don't know why, for some reason I'm so much more excited about this one. Probably because this is a 64-inch model. So it is narrower. Now it's not going to be as narrow as a sport or as a trail for sure. So the trail models you can get in the 900 series. Well, obviously it starts at the 570, right? So you can get a trail 570, and that's going to be a 50-inch model. Super tiny. It's basically a four-wheeler. And then you jump up into the sport series RZRs. So those RZRs are going to be 60 inches wide. You can also get the 900 in a 50-inch model as well, but Cody and we both have S900 models. They're 60 inches wide. This is a 64-inch model. So it's kind of hard to tell you where the segment is and where they're putting these, but I will tell you that it's not going to be as wide as those Turbo S's. I mean, those things are like as big as Jeeps. They're gigantic. But I mean, just looking at this, I'm really excited about it. They're putting 30-inch carnivores on here. So the tires look like they are just ready for some real carnage here. I like how they did the rim. So this is kind of a unique design here as well. So a lot of the wheels, they come and they're obviously a whole wheel of, like, you know, side to side. This one has your wheels coming in like this. So when you pull this off, this entire part stays on the car. That's actually the hub. But overall, I think it looks really nice. It's a lot bigger than I was expecting it to be. For some reason, I had it ingrained in my brain that we were going to be looking at kind of like a beefed up trail model, and this is not a beefed up trail model. This is not a trail model at all. The sports are the trail models. Those are probably about as big as you want to get when it comes to track width. I know mine is absolutely at about 60 inches. Cody's probably more at about 62 to 64 with his wheel and tire setup that he has on now. But I mean, just looking at this in the front, these A-arms are incredibly just well built. It's really going to do well on those trails that are out there. And I mean, to be quite honest with you, you don't really need to be concerned about how wide your car is anymore. I've been down so many trails everywhere from the Virginias to North Carolina, all the way out New Mexico, Colorado, Arizona. I mean, you really don't have to worry about that anymore. The only time you're really gonna have to worry about how wide your car is if you're actually going on trail heads that have gates. So if you are in a place where they tell you there's like a map or some situation that 50 inches is the maximum width, more than likely what they're telling you is there's a gate you're going to have to go through, and you will not be able to pass through that gate to get to those trails if your car or your toy is wider than 50 inches. And I've seen them. They do exist. So when you're going out, you really need to pay attention to make sure that you're not looking at a map that's telling you 50-inch wide maximum for your UTVs or four-wheelers or whatever the case may be. But I don't know. I really like the way this looks. The front looks pretty good too. It does come with a stock integrated bumper, which is good because I know a lot of people are concerned about smashing into something and being able to just wreck right and go right into your radiator. So they're putting this stock bar in here, which is pretty good. I guarantee there's going to be a lot of dudes who pull that out and put an aftermarket bar on there with probably some lights and things of that nature. But I think it's good that they put it on there. You have a recovery hook right down here in this area, so that way in case you do get stuck, you can get recovered from it, or maybe even strap it down, which is cool. If you want to tie this down onto your trailer, you can go ahead and throw one here, pull it to the left, and then pull it to the right. You have your differential right here, so that might also be something to kind of protect you from smashing into a like a tree stump or something like that. So that's really good too. Then you have your LED lights. Now the Turbo S has the Fang lights, right? And I think those look pretty sick. But these are going to have kind of like these lights around your headlights. It's going to give you one here in the center and then another one over your driver's side light. So I think once these are lit up, it's going to look pretty sharp. And yeah, I'm just checking this out. It looks pretty good. Now I did get a chance to talk to Stuart also on my way back here, and he was telling me that somebody already bought. They had two of these on the way. They had a red one and a white one. The white one, some guy literally bought it as it was coming off the truck. So that's inside right now. We're gonna go check that out in a minute, but before we do, let me see if I can jump right in here into the cockpit. Now this steering wheel is like super game-changing, man. I love how it comes with an integrated stereo. So they partnered up with Rockford Fosgate. They do have an integrated stereo here, and from what I can remember, it has 4 speakers. It has 2 on the sides here, and then you're gonna have like a tweeter up here, up in this area where your cage is. So I'm really curious to see how well that stereo performs. Maybe I can catch the guys inside once they're done putting that RZR together. We can bring it out here and I can turn that stereo on to see how it works. But you have your stereo controls right here in this area. You also have your ride command set up right here, and then I'm going to assume this is for your dynamics, your suspension system. So I do know that this button is your kind of like your oh crap button. So if you're riding down the trails and for some reason you need to lock up the brakes, or you find yourself in a bad situation, you can smash this button right here. It will firm up all 4 corners of the suspension and allow you to kind of get out of that situation quickly, or be able to not survive, but brace a little bit better for something that you weren't planning for on a trailhead. But it also has all these areas for your rocker switches that you're going to put on, because you know, everyone knows that when you buy something, the first thing you're looking at is upgrades or bolt-ons. So I mean, it's got tons of space for your accessory switches and your rocker switches. This one obviously has the ride command, as I said earlier before, but you have storage up in this area. You have storage in your armrest. It's not a lot of storage in the armrest, but it's enough. I always like to bring my sunglasses when I'm out, in case we do take a minute, get out of the cars or do some sightseeing or whatever. I can put my sunglasses on. So walking over to here to the passenger side, you have more storage right here, and that's pretty deep storage. You got all your owner's manual, and looks like you have things to put this thing together. And another thing I was really excited about was this new grip bar. So if you know anything about the old RZR handlebars for the passenger, you know that it's kind of a pain in the butt to pull in and take out. This has this new lever feature, so you can just kind of slide this out and that locks it in super easy. All right, look at that. So if you want to adjust it really quick, you just push it in, lock it. That's awesome, man. That's a big deal. If you look really closely back down there, you do have more storage in this area, so you can throw some things down on in there. And this XP Pro comes with a totally new redesigned seat. So maybe when I get inside, I'll be able to show you guys that seat a little bit better. But I mean, overall, I think it looks really good. It obviously is going to perform well. If you're watching this video, you've probably already seen other videos of RZR announcing and showcasing these out in the desert with a lot of their folks that were able to go out there and test drive them. They do what they're built to do. So yeah, let's go inside and see if we can find the other XP Pro put together. Yeah, there she is. So this is the one that the customer already bought. Looks like they're putting it together. It's coming along pretty good. Oh, they got a turbo. Well, what do they got? A RZR XP Turbo right next to it. So supposedly this guy came in here and he was gonna buy that razor, and he ended up actually seeing this one come off the truck and said, nope, I want that razor. So shout out to Brad E. Sullivan right there, getting this new one ready for a customer. Oh, and here's the new seat. Here's the new seat that they're putting in these things. It looks like a spaceship chair, but those lines that they have built into this chair are supposed to be able to give you more ventilation as you're riding. So I'm not exactly sure how well that's going to work yet, but we'll have to check it out. It's already got openings in the seat for your harnesses. So your harnesses should be coming straight through that. So that way that helps guide those into the back. So more than likely that's what those are for. And then this also was going to be one of the first seats that Polaris did make for the razors that not only goes front to back, but it's also going to tilt. So this is going to be able to tilt back and tilt forward a little bit, so that way you can better find your angle when it comes to your riding comfort. So I'm really curious to see how well that works and how comfortable you can really get on that. So, but here she is. I mean, they're getting their cage put together. It looks like they're looking at the air intakes for the rears now. But I'm not exactly sure if they're going to be able to deliver this today to the customer, but I really like the white. If it was me, I'm not an Indy red type of guy. I really like the white setup and the blue. And the problem with these colors as well as you're not going to find a lot of aftermarket products that are going to come in that specific color, which is why it's also really important that you figure out what type of color scheme you like. I will tell you, Indy red is the most, if you buy a razor in Indy red, which is basically the red that they make in all their products, you will be able to find that color bolt-ons basically from every manufacturer that makes a bolt-on for Polaris razor. So just a little tip for you on that. But obviously white and blue and red, black, and a lot of grays, you're going to find those colors a lot of times in your aftermarket products. So, but overall, this thing's coming out really good. Hey Stuart, are you guys delivering this today? Do you know?
I believe so. The gentleman was going to purchase this machine, and then he saw this roll off the truck. So now he's hot on this machine. And the red one is pre-sold.
Oh, that one's already sold too. Oh my goodness. Well, that's good. You guys have more on order?
Yes.
Okay.
Several more coming. We got about, I think, 13 or 15 more.
Oh, really? Is that why the lot's so clear? You guys clearing them out for the XPs?
I hope so.
Nice. Nice. All right, folks. Well, that's going to do it for us. So these two XP Pros that we got in over here are already sold. The red one came in, was a pre-order for someone who bought it, and the white one sold the day that it arrived. But I was just, as you heard from Stuart, I was just talking to him again off camera, and he said that they do have 19 more of these cars on order. So when we finally do get a chance to get one, I'm gonna grab the demo car. We are gonna take this. I'm just gonna grab it one day once they come in, and I'm gonna take it home. I will be putting it side to side with the 900S. So you guys who are true to the 900S or the Sport Series cars are going to get a side-by-side shot, so that way you can see the major differences between the XP Pro and the S Series models. We're going to get it out to Busco Beach. We're going to go smash through the trails, and we're going to see how it handles the corners and things of that nature, which I'm already going to tell you is going to handle them terrifically. But like I said, I'm very excited about it. I might even have some energy after all that to bring out a Turbo S and the RZR XP to do a side-by-side on how those perform. But anyway, thanks a lot for tuning in. If you have any questions or comments, go ahead and drop them down below, but please give us a like and a share, and we really appreciate all of our new subscribers. So if you're one of those individuals, thanks a lot for following us. We don't have anything to ask from you other than to enjoy our videos and have a good one.